Hey, Mr. Mockler. Yes, congratulations that you are rising with your team. Yes, you are a good reporter on political behavior and political things. But now, talking about the economic, Mr. Donald Trump, he was a business leader. You know, he had employed people, yes, and he were doing business in houses. Uh, yes, but then certainly when it concerns making the books, the taxes, the financial transfer, I don't think that he is an expert. I think he go to his lawyer who do the things for him. So, isn't that funny? Why does a Republican didn't choose? Huh? He's expert as president. Huh? Now you have a holy mess. Huh? Yes. Let's see what's going to happen. That's not nice. What's going to happen? You know? Huh? And it doesn't only concern the United States, So, but who going to stop? Or stop that wheel from going that direction? Huh? Push it back in the other direction? Huh? Who can change that? Who can see this? Huh? Who is responsible for that? Huh? Step? Oh, it's still the same. You see two different kind of parties in the United States. The Republican, yes. The Republican voters who vote for Donald Trump push him back in the chair as president. You know? What's the difference between the Democrats and the Republican? Mr. Donald Trump said, the Democrats, they're communist, left wing, and things like that. So, he makes everyone believing that the Democrats people are communists, and his hate speeches against Antifa, like things like that. Or when he compare that car who killed a lot of people in Charlottesville, what does it say in the interview? Oh, they're good and bad from both sides. Protect the Nazi who killed by sitting in the car and driving people to death? No. No. What you have? A real financial mess. And who is going to change that? The Democrats? Or is it himself, Donald? Or the Republican voters? That they change their way of viewing at things? At looking at things? I don't know. One thing for sure, he often mentioned also his Mr. Vance, the soldier, often mentioned to attack Iran. That's popular at the moment, for him again, for those guys again. Huh? Yes, and then perhaps it will do better for the inflation, huh? For the recession in the United States, which were created by smart guys who sent it by God, huh? Proud guys who loved the power, who said, I just can walk across the street and shoot someone down and nothing ever happened to me. Is that the way, huh? Power should be, huh? And he proved that, huh? How many people who run the capital, huh? Who were led by him, were executed, huh? Not executed, but jail, sentenced to jail. And then he come back in power again, and he said, huh? We release the people who were involved. Is that democracy? Huh? Or is it just something else? Huh? I don't know. I mean, he is your politician, your president. Now he's threatened to make another front line. Huh? Yes? Huh? Attacking, bombing Iran? Huh? What's then going to happen? Preparing for things like that? Huh? He also have already allies, friends, huh? To help him attacking. And anyhow, isn't that weak? Computerized targeting, huh? And there's no defense at all, which is able, huh? To drop or kill or, huh? Destroy the bombs which are arriving from NATO Air Force planes, huh? Yes, that's funny, isn't it? Huh? What is that going to happen? The next genocide? Huh? And now they're talking with Mr. Netanyahu, perhaps also about that? Huh? Yes, it's what we need, you know? If you look, if you live on a African plate and look up in the north, huh? Yes, the German politicians, they doesn't see, they doesn't recognize, huh? Or that earthquakes which are ongoing in Iceland, in Portugal, in Spain, in the Mediterranean Sea. One earthquake after another, dozens of earthquakes a day. Also heavy ones, 5 and above. They don't care. They don't care. They drop more bombs on the African plate. And, yes, and then this fucking high wave which arrived with that capacity and water which is surrounding an island in Greece. You know? It's always pressing downwards, always pressing that wave. Huh? And look, south of America, south of Texas, look the small countries, the small size countries. One earthquake after another between Colombia, Venezuela, and Mexico, and Texas. Also earthquakes in Texas. also earthquakes in Mexico, but the main earthquakes in that thin landslide between the Panama Channel, you know, they don't care. They really don't care. And imagine, there's a hurricane is coming, who has this power, a size of Europe. That size of Europe is coming and pushes the waves of the ocean 10 meters high, 15 meters high, 20 meters high, and smashes against the coastline, ever and ever and ever again. And that heavy weight, I mean, we only live on an onion skin. Yes, imagine that. The plate we live on is maximum 47 kilometers thick, and under there is that hot magma, that water magma. Yes, it's not earth, it's not strong, it's not stone. Yes, it is swimming. Yes, and that temperature we can't survive when something happens like that. And you know, we have things we never consider. On one side, a small plate, and on the other side, a mountain. Yes? And also the weight of the mountain always pressing more than the plate without mountain. Yes? And our onion skin is everywhere broken. And then the waves are coming. Yes, calculate that wave together. What wave is pressing the islands down? And all that small-sized country. Yes, that's a lot of weight. It's always pressing to the coastline. And when the water arrives, like the last one in Australia, what was it, Alfred? 12-meter high waves on the coast. And the entire beach was swollen, yes, because the waves take the entire beach, the entire sand into the ocean, you know. And the next one will do the same again. And we ain't have nothing to do against it. That all that island for losing sand, losing beaches and coast cities. We don't care. Yes, it's precisely like that. You know, we wonder all where it's coming from. That heavy flooding now again in how many countries in the United States? Yes, I see these waves. I see this rain. We can see this from satellite. And it's moving. And I know precisely this rain is coming on the 13th and 14th of April to Europe. And going to have the same results, because the wind is still ongoing that strong, and the rain waves are still strong, and they swallow up another clouds on the way across the Atlantic. And then on the 13th and 14th of April, we have flooding again. We had such much flooding in Europe, in Spain, and in Portugal, and in Italy, and in Greece already that year, And now it's coming again. Again, the tropical rain. Yes? And where is it built? You see? Yes. We have a lot of volcanic activities at the moment. Yes? And we have a lot of wildfire. And that's the point. That's the worst point. We have wildfire, which are unstoppable. You know, all that heavy wind. Huh? We can't stop. We don't have firefighters to fight against that. Not enough. And the firefighters in the United Nations or UNO, they are not organized. They are not working together. When a wildfire starts, for instance, in Mexico, like the last 2 years, always in Mexico, then in Canada and the United States. What we're doing, this is not organized by United Nations. No, you know. And then we wonder, where is the fucking rain coming from? And where's the fucking much snow? Yes, we had last year, this year, we had snow records in Japanese, more than 120 centimeters of snow within 12 hours. Yes, real records as well in Turkey. And now when the spring is coming, what does we expect? Huh? Yes, when spring is coming in Japan, huh? Yes, all that melting water, huh? Yes, and all that stones which are swallowing by the water and coming through the cities, that smashes everything away. Every bridge is going to be destroyed, and the water reservoirs, huh? When they storage the water, they're going to hell. They don't have any kind of resistance against that water which is coming. And we're going to see that in Japanese and in Japan and in Turkey this year. It's going to be very heavy. And it already started in Caucasus, in Ural region. There's a temperature is ongoing, very uprising. And it already in the melting has started. So I don't understand that behavior of the fucking NATO. Yes, each NATO's defense minister is an asshole. Yes, a real asshole. Each defense minister. They ignore the environment. They ignore that our plate we live on is precisely like an onion skin. And we smash bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs. And when the magma is shaking and moving through that bombs, we don't care. We don't see. We don't reckon all these earthquakes, which are actually created through things like that. The bombs which are smashing on our onion skin. And now the American government start again in Yemen, everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. And we have more earthquakes. And the NATO, as NATO construct, that war criminals, they don't care about our environment, you know. They are shit people. Their only mind is destructive, as destroying things and keeping their enemies alive, as because it's good for the military export of the weapon industry. 1/3 of America's industry is based on distributing, exporting military arms and military equipment. You know, be proud, America.